Good morning. It's October 31st, Halloween. Everybody's excited. It's just another holiday at this point. Neighbors ready. Got the gimbal on my phone today. Let your light shine so bright among men that they see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I have come to destroy the law and the prophets, but I have come to fulfill. It's cold this morning. Quite cold. But I decided to early today. I was using the back camera. The front camera is going to have to work. I think it works better to be able to see the shot. That's better than the quality being good, but you're not even looking at me, or my head's cut off. Strange day today. Daughter's cars broke down again for the millionth time, which is expected from some old car. I woke up this morning and there's a video from some not really well-known guy talking about surrender, which was intriguing to me because recently I just sort of started a mantra about surrender, surrendering everything to the will. The will of the Father, which includes the Son, which is the Lord, which is my conscience. And everybody and their brothers talking about Israel. What do you smell, Cleet? This is the fold, and it has like the ability to check if you have it full screen. If you're doing camera work, it'll use the small screen as a view so you can see it, but it doesn't quite fit in a machine. So now not only am I carrying my phone, but I'm carrying this giant gimbal. But it definitely smooths it out. Doesn't smooth it out up and down though. But I was looking at this. Come here. Clee. Hey, want this? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? He was like a guru type guy, you know? Like type of guy that's talking about mindfulness and surrender. Meditation. He's been making videos for 10 years. And I think he has like, that's not important. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. He was talking about surrender. And one of these guru types, and he's like, looks like he's like angry. Maybe that's just the way he looks. I've watched a lot of different guru type people, and they typically, whether it's a facade, they're appear to be at least peaceful, right? Good boy. Hi. Come here. Stay. Cleat. Sit. Cleat, sit. Cletus, sit. Sit. Good boy. Cletus. You're too far. Cletus. You're too far. Morning. Probably about as entertaining as my videos. This guy's. This dog is getting more and more free as time goes on. Kind of like me. Should probably get him chained up. Maybe he just really has my best interests at heart and knows that I need to pick up the pace. Just about everything in life. Pick up the pace. I'm very thankful they cleaned up these leaves here. This whole sidewalk was absolutely covered to the point where you'd walk down and like slip and nearly die. Ooh, Cletus. Oh, my chin. It's opposite on the front. The squirrels are taunting him. But I work in skilled trades, in heating and cooling, a mechanical contractor, and I started that all before my sort of, I don't know, spiritual awakening. Seems kind of cliche, but what else do you call it? You know? My story goes that At least this bodily story. Born of the Virgin, no, Mary. In a small town, first child, young parents. I had a lot of freedom when I was a kid. When I was a young child, I pretty much did what kids are supposed to do. Explore, experience things. Very content with myself without needing other people to keep me company. Elementary school, kindergarten, fast forward to then, and it was Valentine's Day. The memory that sticks out is I gave Valentines to everybody. I made them myself, and they all said, "I love you." I do love you. Turns out most kindergartners find it a little different when another kid says they love them. Why? Well, that screwed me up a little bit. There was laughter, and my father really wasn't around much. He was too busy working, like most dads, working a job. He was a hard worker, provided for our family, but he had a lawn care business, and he worked sort of for himself for a while. And I always thought that was so cool, right? I was helping him. You know, he had a lawn care business. I'd help him pull out the trees from the rocks underneath the oak tree, and I remember him having a ride lawnmower. My childhood was pretty easygoing. There was a few times where I clearly there was something going on. Trauma-wise, second grade. The teacher, or whatever the situation, that free spirit inside of me didn't like it. Got super constipated, and you know, mom was right there, big mama bear, there to protect her child. Man, can't see me, my fat face. But the dad was nowhere, which I think is a common theme, right? Pretty much everywhere in my life and other people's lives, the father is absent. But the story isn't about that. Just sort of briefly grew up around the church. Parents went to church, even to the point of like youth group and stuff. I never really figured it out, wanted it. My grandmother was also very much involved in that, but heavily involved in politics. And my grandma's husband, not in the picture, killed himself. My mom was 16 or 15. So, grew up around the church. Fast forward, parents get a divorce. Not something that was even remotely in my mind. I was a bit naive and in my own world. I kind of loved life. I was pretty outgoing and didn't really have any sense of like self-doubt, self-worth issues. Parents get divorced, blindsided. What the hell happened? Don't know. So that was odd. Dad ends up hiring a private investigator. Mom works in the bar. Bam. He gets full custody. but he's no communicator, no real relationship with him. And I believe he had mom issues. So he was searching for a woman. I mean, immediately after my parents divorced, he was already with another woman. Suspected that started before. And then they were in my life. And I was sexual deviant at that point. Didn't know how to control myself, pretty much acted out, did things that were I'm not proud of, but they happened. And they moved into the house with us, and there was another boy there, and he was doing stuff, selling drugs, kind of into that urban, like, hood culture. Had the Lincoln Town car, listened to hip hop. I thought, that's pretty cool. Come on, dude. Come on. So, 16 years old, I'm full on, like, into that. Go to the Max 10 or TJ Maxx. Well, it was Max 10 was the one. They had a bunch of clothes that were like that. Had a red jumpsuit, a sweatsuit, pants and upper, bright red. Nobody said anything. My neighbor, but got my ears pierced. Got a couple sweatsuits, and that was me until probably 17. Probably didn't last a year, but people definitely had words to say. Big ass kid with a red jumpsuit sticking out like a sore thumb. But I ended up divorcing that guy, finding, or that woman, got another woman, and I'm still in high school, just doing my own thing pretty much. He's never around. Video games heavy. Never really commit to anything. Tons of different jobs. End up B&E, breaking and entering church, stealing computers so we could play video games. Like, criminal minded. But my theft started when I was in elementary school, so stealing shit from 5th grade, sneaking into the school after they were closed and stealing shit out of the 5th grade lock things and throwing them against the wall at the gym. It's amazing what I could get away with. But we all know you don't really get away with it, because karma's a bitch. You reap what you sow, and I certainly have been. So high school, young adult, taking cough medicine like it's candy, being high pretty much 24/7, as much as I could handle it. First time I ever did it, it was with some sort of acetaminophen mixture. Freaking ended up pretty much ODing, but I'm a big boy, so I just threw up and believed I'd be okay. The liver's pretty resilient, it can regrow itself, so I think spiritually, mentally, those things remained. So there's some other drugs mixed in there, harder drugs, but nothing I ever got hooked on. And I just got hooked on freaking cough medicine. And then, you know, at this point I'm pretty much agnostic when it comes to spirituality, just sort of doing my own thing, worldly desires, and making up reasons why I don't believe things, and finding things to reinforce, finding information to reinforce my conclusions, which didn't really stop even after I started a new job. And my buddy I was working with, or a guy that I just had met, he'd be up in the rafters saying, "God damn it." And then he'd say, "Forgive me, Lord." And then he'd say, "God damn it." He's like, "God damn it, you did, Steve." Because his name was Steve. And I had no money. I pretty much blew all my money on fucking cough medicine, video games, and whatever. World of Warcraft. And I wanted cigarettes. He bought me cigarettes. He didn't have anything. He was a lesser employee than me. I was a supervisor. Just got hired on as that. And he went out, bought me some smokes, handed me a Bible, New Testament, or no, it was Old Testament. No, it was the King James Version. I still had it. And I read it actually every morning. And but then I remembered I had this like NIV Bible, a little Gideon handout, New Testament. And I start going through the questions, and I'm like, man, this is hitting. And you know, it was correlating to my experiences, and it hit my heart. It was speaking directly to me. The Lord was. Through those words, those dead words on a page. So I sort of have a major another awakening. I sort of, like in hindsight, feel as though I sort of hid all of my stuff into that. Like it was a get out of jail for free card, in a sense. So I'm doing that thing for a while. I end up doing cough medicine again because I didn't really find a solution. So there's guilt. Why am I doing this? I'm not a good Christian. immediately after that period of time of conversion, I considered being a priest or a pastor. Morning. And and we got I ended up with a fucking issue because I could see that, or sense that, the only thing that really mattered was this truth. And I didn't know what that looked like, how to really work in that paradigm, because there was two there. There's spiritual faith, seeking after that, seeking the Lord with all my heart, mind, strength, and soul. And then there was everybody else that's a Christian, or pretty much any spiritual faith in this country, is holding a job, and that's the norm, and pretty much striving after that dollar sort of was above the spiritual faith. So I went back into destructive mode, essentially. I didn't see an answer, and I continued to devour text, learning, but all Christian doctrine, trying to bolster myself, because that's what I saw as like, okay, this book, the Bible, contains truth. Let's read about what other people think about it. And that fucked me up even more when it came to my identity in Christ, because it wasn't really speaking on the foundational issues, because that wasn't really the goal. Foundationally, you recognize the truth, you won't be a Christian. My opinion. I mean, in the modern sense, I'm still a Christian, but more Gnostic, right? Or whatever you want to call it. I am that am. We all are. So I want to be a priest, but then I recognize I really still love women and want to have relations with them. So fast forward, now I'm a pastor, and but no discipline. Didn't have any discipline. So when it came to actually obtaining my goals, there was no real thing there. So what was the fallback? Fallback was always these ideas. Cletus. Cletus. These ideas about heating and cooling, because it's all like pretty much new, and I couldn't seem to obtain any other of my goals. if I wanted to try something new. So I did get into a bunch of different stuff. Freaking, never ended up pursuing any sort of pastoral position. Ended up mostly just seeking after money, because that's what got me what I wanted, and trying to look for other... Come here, boy. Come here. Seeking other ways of making money. Financial freedom. But I didn't really know how to get there. So there's a lot of traps that I fell into seeking that. Started playing World of Warcraft like insane. Had, bought 5 subscriptions, playing five instances at a time. Basically, who needs friends when you just do it all? And had like programs to do hotkeys, so all the screens did something, and deep into that. But there was no plans, there was no real execution, just ideas with half-hearted execution. A couple different MLMs that I did. One life insurance one that I actually took the life insurance test, passed it. Have always been good at taking tests. I mean, in high school, I never really did any homework. Just took tests and passed them. So, then, I ended up getting a job with a company for the smart meters. That whole operation. Put those in because it paid well. Laughed at people when they brought up any sort of health concerns or any control concerns like that. I mean, now I can kind of see where their concerns may be somewhat valid, but who cares? That's my thought. That was my thought. And then fast forward to the thing that happened 3 years ago or more, and I had gone down the Alex Jones rabbit hole in the past, but that guy's a kook. Like, Alex Jones is insane, or at least that's what he portrays on his program. And part of me wants to think that it's a bit. Cletus, let's go. Good boy. Sit. Please sit. Speak. 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 There we go. That's speaking. Try it again. Sit. 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 Shake. Sit. Shake. 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 Good boy. I'm no professional trainer, but man, in that post the other day, the people were talking about how well behaved, trained he was, how well I trained Cletus. Funny enough, I didn't do shit. other than love this dog. Anyways, back to the story. How do we get back up to my ugly mug? All right. So I'm basically, Cletus, what you doing? He's so pissed. Cletus, you can't be scaring people like that. You can't be scaring people. They're gonna call the cops. But, so, back in heating and cooling, and it seems like most of my great ideas came from drug-induced experiences, and I'm even weed, so I stopped doing that, and oh, up the nose. But the the other one was, oh, I'm gonna make heating and cooling company, and because that's what I know. Well, heating and cooling business, not so much. And it went well right away because I have good personality, and I think part of it was didn't know my worth, so I had the lowest price. People took advantage of that, but I still know my worth and don't have to charge a bunch. There's no fulfillment in just doing a job. Like, there's more to it than just a job or a work or a business. Like this vlog, like this is a creative outlet. I made comics, drew up comics for a bit, and what else? Like sang a ton of karaoke, because I'm that guy. Sang in a couple different competitions, like some sort of creative outlet. And looking for some sort of outlet. Stay on the sidewalk. But here we are, come the last 3 years, and I ended up on a whole sort of the same trajectory, different people. I didn't follow Alex Jones because but sit. There was a lot of other voices, so I got sucked down those, and I wasn't really, I was sort of just getting stuck there. Followed all the rabbit holes. Oh, this is the end of times, the end of days. And there was a point where I was outside looking at the sky, like, is it today? Is it today, Lord? Still really hard deep into that paradigm. Then I came across a couple different people on the law path. Marty Leeds, over at the Gnostic Church and Academy of our Lord Jesus Christ. And through the law stuff, ended up finding Paul Enslaved over at Paul Enslaved and Pimp Unslaved. And that shattered the paradigm, put the pieces together of what, you know, in my own self is where I need to focus. And that all the stuff around me, the religions, all that shit, just pointed to that battle inside of you, that center point, Christ in you. So I'm done with my walk. Went on a few tangents, but may the peace that passes all understanding guard your hearts and mind in Christ Jesus. Find that spark within and follow that. Let that be your guide, not statute, policy, and code, not the church's rules, not your mom, your dad, not any other nonsense that you put on yourself. Follow your heart. And that's where you need to go. God bless you. Love you.